Alright, so I'm back, and apologies ahead of time. This is going to be a long one, because today we are going to take a look at the final set of Devastator, the Maketoys Giant versus TFC's Hercules. So as I did with the Bruticus set, let's get the teams out here and we'll have a look on how they look all together. So here's the Maketoys team. And there is 1 point available for these guys if whichever team looks the best. It's going to be kind of hard to get everybody on the screen here. Here are the TFC guys. That's as far as it's going to zoom out. So, Mad Blender in the back because I hate him. Alright. So there are both teams. They all have the same color scheme going on. The green and the purple with black accents. So, I mean, there's no real winner on that front. Here is the Seeker mold. And here is Megatron. So, I'm going to give a point away here to the TFC team. So that's the first point goes to TFC. The reason for that being, first off, the light piping. These guys don't have light piping; they have just painted eyes. All of these guys have really good light piping. The entire backs of their head is set for light piping, so they get a really good light piping going. So that definitely helps them out. But also, they're all within maybe a quarter of a head in the same size. They're all just about the same size as each other. These guys are kind of all over the place. And the Constructicons were always about the same size as each other. So that's why I'm giving the point to these guys. I think they pull off the look a little bit better. So as a unit, better than Maketoys. And that's not saying that the Maketoys is bad. I love this team. I just think that being about the same height and the light piping just edges them out, because these guys have really well painted red eyes that reflect light really well. So it's close. It's not the same as light piping. So as I said, bear with me. This is going to be a long review. So we're going to start with Giant and get him into Devastator mode. And remember, there's the team point that was available. There's going to be combine mode. Or there's going to be a limb mode. So it's up to 6 points for each. And then, well, I was doing 1 point for each limb and then core, so I will give up to 6 points depending on how they do. Durability. So yeah, limbs, durability, and then the G1 look. So there's up to 3 more points available, or 8 more points available. So yeah, I'm confusing myself here. So let's move all these guys off to the side, and I guess let's just go ahead and start with him. So first thing you want to do is take the gun out of his hand, set that off to the side. Just pull this off because we won't be needing that. And you want to fold the head back, rotate it around, lock it back into place. Rotate the arms up, and then as I keep saying, this thing is really tight. And then lock these all together, fold the arms up, just like so. Fold up the legs. And then these will clip together. Just port it back in like you're going back into truck mode here. Fold this piece down like so. Locks into place. This will come forward. This will lock down into place here. And then what you want to do is then you split him in half, and it folds over. There's a little port here that'll plug into this little slot here. Click that together nice and tight. Flip up the head. And Giant does come with, sorry about that, 2 different heads. You can either do this look, which I actually prefer for him, or this one, which has a flip down visor. So you can see the visor just kind of flips down. This one also has an opening mouth. But due to the way it's hinged, I'm not a huge fan of this one. So I prefer to use this one. And then you just take this and the whole assembly just slides over right into the middle. And there you have the top of the torso done. And I guess what we'll do, that'll be a little bit different, is I'm going to do each section one at a time. So let's grab Dr. Crank here. Take his gun out of his hand. And then we'll just compare the 2 head modes. So again, same thing. You're turning them back into truck mode. So just take this off for now. Set that off to the side. We'll come back to these in a minute. And rotate the head around. These will come up like so. And what you want to do is, there's a little notch on the side of the shoulder here, and you want to get that so it plugs into the side of his head here. So just kind of get that just right. Fold the wheel up. Then this will come around like so, and there's a plug here, port there, and just plugs together. And just do the same thing on this side. Fold the wheels down, and then clip the legs together. Fold the heel spurs up. Rotate this around, and this whole assembly will lock in together like that. Push down the windows, and what you want to do is you want to flip this little piece out here. Fold that down. Do the same thing over here, And he's got a lot of extra ones like this one here that you won't use. So, you know, whatever. So clip that together, or it just kind of sits together for now. Fold out these pieces here. And they're really tight too, so like so, and like so. And then you take this little piece here and you flip it up, and it comes over, locks down like so. And then you take this piece here, which is the head, rotate it around like that, and it comes forward, locks into place, and you can flip up the head. And he's got the little visor that came with neck breaker on. When it comes down to it, you can see which one's going to be bigger. As far as better, I'm actually going to have to give it to Maketoys here. The head sculpt is just a little bit better, a little bit more accurate, and it just seems more realistic, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to have to give it to Maketoys. So Maketoys is on the map for the Devastator mode. Oh, and then with Maketoys, you do take this little panel here and just flips up. And take this and flip it up. So those two pieces are up. And we'll get back to those later. So yeah, I mean, this one's really cool. Don't get me wrong. I just think this one holds together a little bit better, even though there's just one peg really holding it together. This one just doesn't feel as sturdy. It's not. It's good. It's just not as good as this, I think. And the ports will not click together. Just to let you know, in case you were wondering. Okay, so set those off to the side, and then we'll move on to the next piece. Let's do, I guess let's get this guy out of the way. Let's take his gun out of his hand, set that off to the side, and what you want to do is turn the head around, if you can. Why is it not turning around here? There we go. Flip it down, and you'll take these arms and you'll move them back like so for now. Just kind of make it more like a dump truck, I guess, type look. Yeah. And let's see here. Fold these pieces out like this. They were just folded in there. That just kind of widens out his chest. Unfold these. And then what you want to do here is rotate around, and then you fold the wheel around to the other side. And then you fold the foot up and you rotate this section here, which was on that swivel, and it just goes up, in, like so. Do the same thing on this side, so fold the wheel around, fold the leg around, flip up the foot. This will come up and in like so. And then you can clip these pieces together and just kind of fold it all down like this. And you can unfold the arms and put them back all the way into cab mode if you into the dump truck mode if you want. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that real quick if we can. And it's just being a little bit of a pain here. I do apologize. The dump truck does not play well with others. That all together, and you know what, I was wrong. You do have to keep the arms folded up, otherwise it doesn't fit. So you want this piece to come down like so, and we'll just and that's it. Yeah. So now let's take this guy from TFC and to turn him into cab mode. Really want to let's see, rotate at the waist so this is facing forward. Rotate the this needs to be forward. All right, yeah. Just rotate the leg around like you're going back into truck mode again. Just flip this around. This is seriously the second time I've done this, so I'm just doing this from memory. I'll pull this out, rotate around, flip down the chest, close that up, and then you want to reconfigure the dump truck for the back. So this comes back here. This will fold down, or flip out, fold down, lock into place very securely, and connect. Do the same thing over here. There we go. This will fold down, and there you go. So aside from my difficulties on this guy, I mean, seriously, this is the second time I've transformed him, and I'm doing it off of memory. I've had this guy for over a year now, and he still gives me trouble because of how fidgety he is. So as far as and as you can tell, though, they are about the same size. Girth, height, everything. It's about the same. But I will give the point to TFC for this one. I think this looks more like a solid waist, midsection of a transformer. This one, it does, but it's too fidgety for me. So set him off to the side and him off to the side, and pause the camera, restart the camera, and let's see here. Let's do him. So pull the gun off again, set that off to the side, and you want to, basically for him, you want, aside from how this thing fits in, you want to turn him all the way back into truck mode. So rotate, flip this around, flip this up, rotate around and in, and then flip the arms up, flip this out. This will fold into the cab. like so. Flip the hands in, just like that. And this will come around and just kind of fold up, like so. And then just hook those pieces together. That's not fitting right for one reason or another. Just like so. And then this will stay right where it's at. Or you can take this and flip it down. Actually, I think that's how it's supposed to go. It's like that. So, not too bad. Now, just kind of gotta wedge that shovel up around. As I said, that's just kind of a pain to do. These will plug in together. And this will come here. Yeah. Plug the treads back in together. And they just kind of, they lock pretty securely just like this, and you just give them a good push. And this will come down and just plug into place. Like so. And this is your arm here. Pull this out so that we can have access to it there for in a second. And then you want to find the right one of these. And this one is the wrong one. So, what you're doing here is, well, make sure the handles are in. Split this here. Flip this out. And that becomes the hand. And then you can rotate the thumb out, swivel the hand around, and that's the arm right there. So this clips on right here, just like so. And that is his left arm complete. So we'll set that right here. So let's grab the next piece, which is this guy. This is the TFC version. That out, and you want to pull the legs down like so to start, and then fold out the feet. This will come over like this, and then around, and then just collapse in like so. Do the same thing on this side. This all collapses in, this all collapses in, and there is his forearm. Take this piece up like here, just kind of get it out of the way for a moment. And this goes here, rotate this piece around, and I'm sorry guys, it's late and this is going to be a long video, and like I said, I've only done these guys a few times, so just bear with me. I do apologize. So fold this piece up. This piece comes around like this. And there's a little tiny tab that fits underneath this cab. I'll do the same thing here, just rotate this around. Put this out, and this tab will go under here, and then these forearms will plug together like so, and then this top grill will plug together like so, and then flip out the shoulder connector like that, and the head just kind of stays how it is. There's not really anything you can do with it, so it is what it is. This piece will come up and hook in like this. It's being a pain here. And then this piece is supposed to just kind of, I guess, sit like this. I don't quite understand it myself, but you know, whatever. I didn't design the damn thing. It doesn't really hold anywhere, so just kind of fiddle with it until it's least obstructed. And then that head just kind of sits there. Alright, so now we've got this thing mostly done. Take the hand here and you just plug one into this side, and then you take this side and make sure it's all lined up properly. Give it a good push, and then make sure these pieces are connected. And there we go. There is the left hand of Hercules. So, he's too fidgety to give a point to, and I don't like. I have major issues with a lot of this. A lot of this transformation. Mostly the fact that it's like the Fans Project Minosaur, where you don't actually need this. It's just there for show. It just comes out. This guy, I mean, like I said, this piece here is just, it's crap. It really needs a place to stay, but it doesn't really have one. So it's kind of all over the place. So I don't know. No points given for this one. It's okay. It works, but it's not perfect. Alright, so who's next? Let's make the other arm. So take this piece off. And what you want to do is, again, do the legs. So flip up the heel spur, rotate this around. This all clip together. Rotate this around, and it all folds up. Let's do the same thing over here. Rotate, flip, around, up. Clip that together. And there you go-ish. So pull this down. And this piece will rotate out like so. And arms will come up. You rotate the hand around like this. This will all come down like this. You push on the elbow here and it collapses it all together. So we do the same thing over here. This hand will rotate around and go underneath where the head is. Squeeze it, pops together, everything clicks together. It's all nice and snug. Pull this down and pull this down like so. Sometimes I have to repeat it, it doesn't hear me the first time. And this will all tab together like so. And we take the other arm here And what I didn't show you before is there's little buttons here. You push those in, and you can see the little tabs up here go in a little bit, and that helps push it in and push it out. And there we have another arm, just like that. Let's set that here and do the TFC scavenger. So take that out, rotate the arms around, the shoulders will come up like so, these will come down, and you'll rotate the fist around like this. And you might be able to hear the cats in the background. Sorry, I don't know what they're crying about, but they're crying. So plug those together. Rotate the hand around, and just like so. This piece will come back. It just it's on a double hinge. It just pulls back and slides into place. Fold up the feet, rotate the legs down, this will become elbow, so this will rotate up, take the hand, rotate, plug those together. That cat's getting really loud. Rotate this around, and everyone just kind of stores it like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So there's the hand. Flip this one down, and there you go. You got the arm for Hercules, and hands down, I give it to this guy. The transformation's easier. And it looks better. It's not like Neckbreaker where it's kind of all over the place. It's pretty solid. This guy still has that problem of it just being shoulder armor, which is really unfortunate. So set those guys off to the side. Mark on the board, 1 more point for Devastator or Hercules. And next up, let's do this piece of shit. We start with the Maketoys one. Pull the gun out. Fold these wheels up. Fold this section around like this. It all comes up like so. That. Do the same thing over here. Okay, and then this is where you do want to use this thing. Just push those 2 buttons in, and you extend the waist, fold up the feet, and back like this, rotate the waist around. No, you had it right the first time, John. This will come up here like this. Do the same thing over here. There we go. Everything's all clipped together. Come on. just make sure this thing, everything's got a certain order it's got to tab into, and it's a little irritating, but it's not too bad, I guess. And that doesn't look right at all. So there's that, and then we just rotate this piece. Come on. Sorry, they're aggravating me. Supposed to just flip down. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's really giving me pain here. I guess I had it right. Whatever. Okay, so we're back to this mess. Okay. There. Yeah, that was that. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta do the transformation for this guy. We need this. So setting that off to the side for the moment, and want to start remaking this barrel. You just gotta plug them all in together one at a time. It's not. I hate this barrel. It really sucks. It really does. Son of a bitch. Let's see if this is right. How the fuck do I do this? They have to go back together in a certain order, so just be mindful of that. There we go. Okay, so get him back into vehicle mode here. Let's see, this will at least rotates around. leg rotates around at the knee, then rotates around at the foot. Nightmare, can we say? And yeah, okay, we got it. Alright, now this section here pops up, push the head down, fold the hands in, fold the hands in, this comes up, and rotate this around, like so. This will rotate around like this. Okay. So yeah, neither one of these guys are getting a point. This is just horrendous transformations. Out of my worst nightmare. Come on. Okay, so this folds down. This folds in. There's two little tabs right here and here. They'll plug into those waist pieces, or that waist piece there. There you go. Keep these pieces down so that it's not actually on the wheel. Then this piece will come down. This will piece come down. And there you go. Now for the barrel, this will plug back in down here. And you want it so that it's up like this. Apparently, let's see here. Yeah, because it won't lock in if it's the other way around. So this will come up, and it barely holds in up here. It's not. It doesn't have enough play to let it lock in properly. So neither one of these guys gets a point. This could have been designed better. He could have been designed better. No, just no. Okay, so whew, I am exhausted. All right, Scrapper here. Take his gun out. Rotate the wheels back. Rotate the hands in. And you rotate the wheels around. Rotate this around, and then this will all lock back up together. Same thing over here, like so. And this piece will come up. This assembly will rotate around. Slide the feet out. Rotate these pieces out, and then legs flip around, and just make sure that this whole assembly comes to the bottom as you're doing that. So just kind of like so. Just same thing over here. This piece will come down, everything locks in together with it. This will flip up. Okay, now flip the head in, and you want to flip this piece out like this, and then this little this little piston looking thing will go kind of in there. And then what you want to do with the wheels is you take this piece here. This was on the back that we couldn't find anything to do with it. It plugs in here, and these two little ports that are right here are plugs. It's got two ports here, and then it's got this little piece here that will fit into this section here. So you plug this in, and then you rotate these until you get them so that they fit perfectly in there. And you just gotta kind of rotate it until it fits just right, like so. Give everything a good squeeze, and there you have foot, the right foot. All right, now for the left foot, or the other right foot. Fold up his hands, flip his head down. You want to flip the heel spurs up, and then the legs will rotate around. So I think over here. Pull this out. There we go. So it clips together, just like so. This will come up. Why is it doing that? And then you take these little gray hooks here, these fold in, just lock into place. And then the arms will fold up like this, and they lock in together. Is that right? Just like that. I better double check the instructions here. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah. There we go. As far as these guys go, I have to give it to TFC. Well, I don't know. Yeah. He's got this big gap right here. I don't like that. And he's a lot simpler and without sacrificing the actual accuracy there. So, before we get into the actual combined mode, let's talk about the weapons. So, here's the wing for the Giant. It's all ready together. You don't have to do anything with it. For this one, you actually do have to connect the ports, which is really difficult. This port goes into this slot here, and then this one goes in the slot here, and you're done. That's it. I mean, yeah, real difficult there. Now, let's see here. For Giant, what you want to do is flip this handle down and flip this handle down. And these two pieces will plug together like so. And then you take these two pieces and they fit together like so, and they will just slot into this gun like this. And then these pieces, you fold these up, clip these together. So this will plug in there, and there you have his gun. Now with the TFC, what you want to do, I have the red gun already assembled, so I just have to follow that kind of instruction on how to do this. So we find this one goes here. This one will go here. And this one goes like, yeah. So these two plug together. And they plug down like so. Just give that all a good squeeze. And then this piece will plug in here. And this piece will plug here. And it all locks together. Now the red gun holds together much better than the purple gun for mine. It doesn't hold together very well, which, you know, it doesn't bother me too much because Devastator never really had a gun. But I think this gun, Maketoys' gun, works better as a piece. It just seems to come together a lot better. The individual guns, I have to give it to TFC. They look cooler as little pistols, but these ones just look ridiculous. Especially this thing splitting in half. But when it's together, this thing looks like it's meant to be one piece, one gun. So there is that. And red gun. Alright, now let's get into combine mode. So we'll start with giant here. So leg, and you take the waist piece here and they just slot right in. They hold pretty well. There's little buttons on each side of the leg that you push to disconnect it. But to get it in there, you just slide it in. It slides right in. No issues whatsoever. Then you want to take top section here, and there's a button here and a button here. You push those in, and then you line up the right parts, and this will all slot in together very well, like so. You let go of those buttons, and it's together. Okay, rotate the camera up so you can see what I'm doing. Now, you take the left arm here, and there's a little button right back here. You just push that in, and I'm doing this off screen because it's hard angle. As soon as you push that button in, it makes it infinitely easier to get that in. And they don't just pop out. Now he's got a button on this side right back here. So you push that in. Alright, so there is that, and you just kind of click the shoulder armor on, even though they're individual transformers. And then you take these pieces here, and you can plug it into, oh, there's a little port here that plugs up in there too. Pretty much already did that. You can take this and you can plug it here, and it kind of makes it look like a piston if you want, but it doesn't matter. And then what you do, take this here, and it just plugs right in where it would be on the crane normally, which is very G1 toy accurate, although you know, technically just parts formed it. Why is it giving me trouble now? Okay, so there is Giant, and then you take his wing, and this plug here will plug in into this piece here, and the other one will plug in over here, and then this little handle will just kind of slide in between the two halves of the truck. And you just plug it in, and then you take his gun and slot it right into his hand. And there is, oh, and you can see that me slotting the gun into his hand, but it just slides in there. That's fun. Slider. So there is Giant. Let's start the camera, and we're gonna do the same thing with Hercules. And now with these ones, they're just the friction ports, just like the Energon guys, which I'm thinking about it. I don't have any. Oh, I do have one. I want to see something real quick. Okay, I just wanted to see if the Energon scout classes are compatible, and they are. So, yeah, you can take the Fancy Project Bruticus kit and put it on him if you wanted to, and you just take this and give it a good push. Just plugs in. The same thing over here. Give it a good push. And there you go. And he needs a wide stance. That's the only way his feet work. But so does same with Giant. So they're pretty much on the same page there. And then you take him, and these two little ports down here will plug into these two ports up here. So just, and this one is really difficult to do. There, that's a nice solid pop. I couldn't get it to do that earlier. And then this piece just kind of slots up here. Two little holes that I'm trying to get it to tab into. It's so hard to do some of these things on camera. Okay. Alright, now and then you take left arm here. And because the combiner port is on a hinge, it kind of makes it difficult. And then take the last arm, and we just put it all together. And And there you go. Do not try to stand this guy up on a glass table. I found that out earlier. His feet are not as... They don't hold as well as giants do. So he just starts doing the splits. Alright, so there's portholes on the back here. And there's some port here and here. You can't really see it, but... Just plug this in. Like so. And then you take the gun here. And you can just plug into his hand. Wrap the hand around it. And there is Devastator next to Devastator. Okay, so let's talk size. He comes up to he's a head taller. Here they are next to Classic Starscream and Classic Megatron. See how that one works. And then I'm going to go over the other 2 points and posability before I bring out the other combiners real quick. So, for posability on Giant, his head is on a ball joint, so great range of motion there. Shoulders are on universal swivels, so up, down, in, out. Bicep swivel bends at the elbow. Hands rotate. He's got a ball jointed thumb, and each one of his fingers have one hinge to them. He potentially has a waist swivel, but you really would have to move a lot of kibble out of the way to do it. Legs go up, down, in, out. Bends at the knee. There's a swivel at the thigh. And he's got a great ankle tilt due to those nice solid ball joints. I mean, they are solid. I mean, they're not loose at all. So, he definitely has some good foot pivot there. As for Hercules, his head is on a ball joint, so great range of motion there. Shoulders go up, down, in, out. Little hindered because of his head, the robot head there. Bends or swivels above the elbow, bends at the elbow. Wrist swivel does have a little bit of a hinge to it as well. Thumb is on a ball joint. There's also a hinge at the thumb. Each finger has 2 points of articulation. He's got a waist swivel. It works better than Giants, that's for sure. Hips go up, down, in, out. Swivels, bends at the knee. Swivels at the knee. And the foot can tilt. And that's really it. And okay, so here's an issue I'm having with him is keeping him up. I'm having a huge issue with mine. I don't know if this is everyone's, but this thing is floppy. It's actually kind of pathetic to an extent. So okay, there we go. And I almost forgot, you take this piece here, swivel it like that, and then you can plug this on his shoulder as well, or drop it entirely. At least this keeps, if you, I know it's not very G1 accurate to the cartoon because he never really had that, but at least it covers Neckbreaker's face. For G1 accuracy, hands down, it has to go to Giant. He's much more G1 accurate. He just looks more like the G1 Devastator. This one, Hercules, definitely shows a little bit more liberties taken. For example, the treads folding down to be the forearms. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's not G1. So yeah, there's that. And I guess the last thing to go over before we give it a rating and pull out some more combiners is durability. So just like, I'm kind of afraid to do this. Just like I did with Fall Cybertron and Vance Project Bruticus. Just grab him by the waist. Give him a good shake. And the wing came off, and the heel spur thing came off. So we gotta put that back together here real quick. It's not too bad, considering what could have happened. There's that. And put this back in. Go. Okay, so the wing fell off and the little heel spur fell off. And Hercules do the same thing, pick him up. Well, the only thing I'm really going to fault him on is the barrel of the gun fell out. The cement mixer. Are we having fun yet? I stopped having fun about halfway through this. Giant took more damage from the falling board than he did the durability test. I think Hercules is trying to sabotage their competitors, even though they're in the lead. Alright. Okay, now you... Okay, so his barrel of his gun came off. The barrel of this thing came off. Fold down, as you can see. And mine is loose. I can't fault it really on being loose, so I'm not going to fault it on not being able to stand up after a durability test. But these pieces here, I don't think they're designed very well because they're on ball joints. So that's part of the problem I keep having, is these things fold up and then he loses all support. So I wish there were a way to lock them in a little bit tighter, so that they wouldn't fold out, but I don't think there is one. If I am wrong, please correct me and I will do a follow-up video. I actually do have to give the durability test to Giant. He seemed to come out of it a little bit better. So final score. Giant is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Hercules is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, by breaking it down, Hercules is the superior of the two. I mean, that's all I can really say. It's the superior. Now, for a rating on him, I gave him a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give him the same rating, despite everything. I have my issues with him. I've pointed all my issues out, I think. I did a good job on pointing those out. It is a good figure, but so is Hercules, or so is Giant. Plastic quality on Hercules feels more like a toy, whereas he feels more like a collectible. And his joints feel more like a toy, and his feel more tight like a collectible. Like, I just think this is the better toy. This is the better collectible. But it also depends on what you have in your collection. So let me grab some combiners and we can compare sizes. So here is Minosaur. And here is Bruticus. Go get the boss. And here's the king. So, Hercules is about the same height, but he's a little bit more wide-legged, so he'd actually be a little bit taller than the Red King. He is easily comes up to about here, and Minosaur is about the same size as Giant. So ultimately what it boils down to, I would say, is which companies are you gonna go with for your collection. If you are going with the Franz Project Colossus scale, Bruticus here, then Giant's going to be a better option for you. And I think the Predaking fits in that size scale pretty well. Same with the Stunticons. As much as I hate the thing, you know, that is an appeal. Hercules, I can't. Hercules fits in the slightly larger size scale. So if you're looking for something like that, like the TFC Uranus, the Predaking, Mastermind Creations Predaking, their Defensor, and other bots that are going to be bigger, then that, by all means, that's the one to go with. It's a little bit more expensive, and but they both have their merits, and they both have their flaws. They're both solid figures. I highly recommend both of them. Either one, 9 out of 10 overall score. But as far as breakdown goes, I think TFC is a little bit more worthwhile. And like I said, I do prefer the way they do the treads into forearms. I think that's just a great design for them. So, that being said, and I know for you guys I said it twice, but I actually had to pause it for a couple minutes. I have decided that I will be keeping Hercules. I will be selling Giant. So, for all you people out there that have been looking for a Giant, my Giant with repro labels added on is available. I will let this video stay on YouTube, or this video is going to stay on YouTube, but from the post date, I will give it a week. If any of you guys want it first, before I put it on eBay, I'm thinking, I think $300 plus shipping would be fair. I do not have the box or the instructions, so if anybody is interested, send me an email to johngaringer@gmail.com. I'll post the link down below. Just send me a link. Send me a message with that, or best offer. Person that has the best offer is going to win. The first person to offer me $300 would win. I know some of you guys, have been wanting a Giant. I'm not sure who it was that was saying that they were looking for one, but here is one, and I think $300 is a very fair price for him. Considering he goes for like, what, $370, $380, something like that. For the limited reissues they have. But Hercules is going to be my number one. I will not be getting the Rage Hercules kit. I do not. I like I said, I like the way the arms are configured in this mode, with the treads becoming the forearms. I like that better. I think it's better. And then for them to make an upgrade kit where you fold the treads back to where they were supposed to be on him, I think that for me detracts from the uniqueness and awesomeness of that guy. Not saying he's not awesome, because he is. He's been in my collection for over a year now, very happily. But it's time for a change, and now and. I'm one of those people that will admit when I was wrong, and today I am admitting that I was wrong about the TFC toys. For the longest time I was bashing them. I didn't like them. I thought their plastic was crap, but I actually really enjoy this figure. It's actually mostly I was actually debating on just buying this guy because he looks so awesome on his own, and I might end up buying another one of him just to have one in the collection. I won't be getting the recolor that they did. If they did a G2 recolor, I'd be on that in a heartbeat. So yeah, I was wrong. Maketoys makes a really solid figure here, but so does TFC. I like I said, they're both 9s. I think they're just about equal on fun. They both have their frustrations, and Mixmaster sucks on him, and the Mixmaster on him on Giant is much better, except for when you're going to foot mode and you're having brain farts, like I was. So yeah, there you go. Great figure. I will be trying to tighten some of these joints up, because this thing is just, that knee joint is, I think people did have a problem with the knee joint, if I remember correctly, and they put like a piece of paper back there. I'm gonna have to look that up. So it's everything on this leg is loose. Everything on him is loose, but I can fix that. I can fix that. He like I said, Dr. Crank he needed a good home. He did, and now he has one. And I'm gonna have a lot more fun with him than I did Giant. Again, I'm not bashing Giant. He's a great figure. I love him, but this guy, for somebody that works full time and tries to have time for these video reviews, and then every now and then I just want to sit down and transform something. I don't want to spend 45 minutes on transforming a whole set like I did Giant, but Hercules is a lot quicker. So for that, it's going to be more fun. But and now I've got a bunch of Energon guns I can give to people. Anyway, so yeah. TFC wins this round. I'm going to attempt to get the TFC Predaking, because he looks more G1 than Mastermind Creations, and I know Mastermind Creations looks awesome. So I'll try to do that, and we'll do more comparison as they come out. But again, anybody looking for a Giant, $300. Let me know within a week. Otherwise, eBay. Or if you guys have some interesting trades to offer, I am looking for some aerial bots now. So if you got some aerial bots and you want to trade those for this guy. I also am looking for the eye gear ratchet. So if you got one of those and you want to trade some stuff, yeah, let me know. I'm sure we can work something out.